Fed lowers, interest rates and signals more cuts ahead, and Miran dissents Washington. 17 September by the Reuters, the Federal Reserve, goaded by the risk of rising unemployment, reduced interest rates on Wednesday for the first time since December, and indicated more cuts, by the way, would follow to halt any slide in a labor market already experiencing, by the way, higher joblessness among blacks and a declining work week, by the way, and other signs of weakness. And the decision, by the way, moves in a direction called for by President Donald Trump, but falls, by the way, for short of the steep cuts in borrowing costs that he has demanded and which were apparently penciled into projections and submitted by new Fed Governor Stephen Miran, and who cast the only dissenting vote. And the Fed chair, by the way, Jerome Powell, by the way, speaking in a press conference after the US Central Bank lowered its benchmark interest rate by a quarter of a percentage point to a 4.0%, and the 4.25% range opens a new tab and indicated more cuts, by the way, would follow at meeting in October and December. And they said, by the way, the softening job market was now top of the mind for him and his fellow policymaker. And there are, by the way, no risk free. And the basis is not incredibly obvious what to do. And Powell, by the way, told reporters at the end of the 2 days policy meeting, we have to keep our eye on inflation at the same time, by the way, and we can't ignore that. And the maximum improvement. Powell, by the way, said he believes the recent pace of job creation is running below the break-even rate needed to hold the unemployment rate constant. And that with business, by the way, doing very little hiring overall. And any increase in layoffs would quickly fit into higher unemployment. And you see, by the way, minority unemployment going up, and you see younger people more susceptible. And to economic cycle, by the way, in addition to just overall lower viral job creation, that shows you that as the labor market is weakening, and we don't need, by the way, it to soften anymore. He says that. And by the way, Powell's comments kept a steady shift in tone that began over the summer, as Fed officials, by the way, and concluded that the higher import tariffs imposed by the Trump administration and would not lead to persistent inflation, and with faster, by the way, price increases expected through and end of the year, and but price pressures also expected, by the way, to fade after that time, even as monetary policy and becomes looser. And at the same time, by the way, signs of job market and weakness began to accumulate with viral growth nearing stall speed, and the meeting, by the way, marked by political drama. And the decision, by the way, to cut rates came with no shortage of political drama. And with Trump trying, by the way, to fire Governor Lisa Cook in as so far unsuccessful effort to open another seat on the face board of governors for him to fill. And appointing, by the way, appointing Miran, and who is on leave from his job as head of the White House's Council of Economic, by the way, Advisors, and to an open position that may only last until the end of January. And Miran, by the way, Miran was sworn in on Tuesday before the meeting started, and dissented, by the way, against the policy decision in favor, by the way, of a larger half percentage point rate cut. And he also seems, by the way, to have submitted a year-end rate projection, and implying he supports further half percentage point cuts in the meeting ahead. And with the policy, by the way, with the policy rate dropping below 3%, 3% only. The interest rate, by the way, dots aren't associated with policymakers by name, and but new projections showed one forecast far below the others that analysts prominently attributed to Miran concerns. Concern is that Trump's, by the way, interference with the Fed through constant criticism over its rate policy, and the appointment of a White House, by the way, insider to the Fed board, and the president's efforts to fire Cook and would yield, by the way, signs of outsized political influence appear to have been overblown for now. And the two other Trump, by the way, appointments to the central bank's board, Fed Vice Chair of Supervision, Mitchell Bowman, by the way, and Governor Christopher Waller joined the wider consensus after dissenting just one meeting earlier. Thank you so much. Have a nice time and great day. Thank you. Goodbye.